Okay, you are most welcome to today's session. This marks the beginning of the video lessons, which will be daily. So subscribe to the channel and get notified of this daily lesson. We shall be looking at all the sciences, that is mathematics, this physics, biology, chemistry, among others. So today we are starting with mathematics, whereby we shall start with the coordinate geometry. Under coordinate geometry, we shall look at finding the gradient of a straight line. We shall also look at finding the midpoint. For instance, if this is our point, our line with 2 points A and B, we shall need to look at the gradient of this line. We shall also look at the midpoint of the line. We shall look at the length between the 2 points on a line. We shall also look at finding the equation of this line. So assuming we have our line that passes through points A and B, and maybe at A we have x1, y1, and at B we have x2, y2. Let us start with finding the gradient of this line. Finding the gradient means that if this were the Cartesian planes, that is y and this is x, and maybe that is our line, we can find the slope or the steepness of this line where we have our 2 points A and B. If A is x1, y1, and B is x2, y2, then we can find the gradient or the slope or the steepness of this line. We can call it line L. The formula for finding that gradient is gradient is m, is given by y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Meaning that for us to find the gradient of this line, we must know at least 2 points that lie on that line. Assuming our point A was 1, 1, and maybe point B was, let's assume it was 4, 3. So for us to find the gradient of this line, we shall first of all name these coordinates. We can name this x1, y1, and maybe this is x2, y2. Then we substitute in our formula to find the gradient. Okay, so assuming point A is 1, 2, and point B is 4, 3, how do we get the gradient of this line? From our formula, which says that gradient equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, therefore we shall name our points. We can take point A to be having x1 and y1. Then point B will be having x2 and y2. So after naming these points, we now come and say the gradient m is given by y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we shall substitute for y2 with 3 minus y1 which is 2 over x2 which is 4 minus x1 which is 1. Therefore, that gives us 1 over 3. So this becomes our gradient. So that has been the introduction to the first video lessons. Please subscribe to watch these lessons on daily basis. Thank you. We meet again and we shall proceed to something else. Today we've seen how we get the gradient. So in our next video lesson, we shall look at how we get the length and midpoint. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.